Thanks for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I want to get you right to our top story that we're following here on Atlanta News First Plus and AtlantaNewsFirst.com. This is just on our website.
Are you shopping for pre-owned vehicles? Come browse our inventory at Mike Resinista. We are the only dealer in Atlanta that with the purchase of used vehicle, we offer Carfax, service records, and a 30-day guarantee. Mike Resinista, family-focused, passion-driven.
Now at 12:09, a person has been shot by police at a Stonecrest strip mall. DeKalb police tell us they were looking for a robbery suspect near the intersection of Evans Mill Road and Woodrow Drive when they spotted that suspect. Police tell us that is when shots were fired. No officers were hurt.
News First and Atlanta News First Plus as well. Okay, I want to get you to another story that we are following as well. I apologize for just having a little bit of issues getting this video up and running, but the Georgia Court of Appeals has now agreed to hear the case involving District Attorney Fani Willis and whether she gets to stay on the prosecution of the massive election interference case against former President Donald Trump and his allies. So remember, this all stems essentially from an admitted relationship that she had with the former special prosecutor that she had appointed to the case. And essentially, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee had decided, despite an appeal from Mr. Trump and his co-defendants, that he was going to allow Ms. Willis to stay on the case. Well, then Mr. Trump and his team came back and, they appealed that, and then the Georgia State Court of Appeals has agreed that they're going to hear that case. So we're going to follow that. We'll let you know what happens with that. I also do want to let you know, this is a big development. The man accused of killing UGA student Laken Riley has now been indicted by a grand jury in Clark County. So the grand jury did indict Jose Ibarra, who is a 26-year-old from Venezuela, on several charges, including malice murder, 3 counts of felony murder, kidnapping with bodily injury, aggravated assault with intent to rape, aggravated battery, tampering with evidence, hindering or obstructing a person from making an emergency telephone call, and being a Peeping Tom. The indictment also shares a lot of new details about this alleged crime. It claims that Ibarra actually... Sorry, we're just having a little bit of a video issue there. It claims that Ibarra actually struck Riley's head multiple times with a rock, asphyxiating her, and after the killing, allegedly hit a jacket and gloves in a cover-up attempt. We're going to keep following the latest on this major development here in the case of Laken Riley right here on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus. All right, let's talk about this other case out of Gwinnett County, really a heartbreaking story to share with you. 4 people were found dead overnight in a park, and 3 of them are children. This was all at Lucky Shoals Park in Gwinnett County. Police suspect this was a murder-suicide. Atlanta News First Don Shipman has more.
That suspected murder-suicide happening inside this quiet park. Police say that the father killed 3 of his kids and then turned the gun on himself.
That's when he found 4 deceased individuals inside.
A gruesome discovery inside a car at Gwinnett County's Lucky Shoals Park. Police say an officer doing a routine check overnight stumbled upon a silver 4-door Honda parked on a walking trail.
Oh, that's terrible.
Inside, 3 children and a man police believe to be the father, all 4 dead from what appears to be gunshot wounds. Gwinnett police suspect murder-suicide.
Elementary, middle school.
That's very, very sad.
And though it is tragic, our officers are going to step aside and do the job to the fullest and make sure that they investigate this as if it were any other homicide, and try to at least bring some conclusion to the families who may be involved.
This right here is where police say that officer discovered that vehicle, and he thought it was unusual too because this path is for pedestrians only. And look right there, you can see some of the glass from that vehicle.
Some 6 hours after the crime, the park along Britt Road back open. Many people out for their morning walk or run. While authorities investigate, they don't believe there's any threat to the general public, calling this an isolated incident.
That's really sad that things like that happen. It's something that we can explain why that happened.
And police were holding off on releasing any names until next of kin were notified. In Tucker, Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
Thanks so much to Don Shipman for that report. Okay, let's talk about protests at Morehouse College happening today. And what students are protesting is, we see the video of President Joe Biden, well, his planned commencement address, but also the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. It's been the scene of a demonstration throughout the day. Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm is at Morehouse with more.
Hands off Rafa! Hands off Rafa!
Several students from the Atlanta University Center, made up of the historically black colleges of Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark Atlanta, gathered alongside supporters to protest the war in Gaza and President Biden's upcoming commencement speech at Morehouse.
While I understand why some older alumni might be excited at the amount of opportunity and press that this would bring to the institution, that the general feeling on the ground is that we don't want to be. It's very obvious that we are being used to score political points and try to get more black votes.
This Morehouse student named Malik, who declined to give his last name, says he learned in meetings with the school's leaders that they extended the commencement invitation to President Biden before the October 7th attacks in Israel that led to the war.
And then it wasn't accepted until a week after Trump came to the West End and was giving out free milkshakes. It is so obvious that it's just about the presidential campaign, and under normal circumstances, Joseph R. Biden would not be on our campus.
Free! Free Palestine! Free!
Students say for that and other reasons, they'll protest with nonviolent action, much like their predecessors did on this campus decades ago during the civil rights movement.
Even if we cannot stop Biden to coming to our campus, that we are not satisfied with it, and we will not accept war criminals or architects of mass incarceration on our campus.
Thanks so much to Rebecca Schramm for that report. Okay, let's talk about what was known as the Boy Scouts of America. Not anymore. It's really the start of a new era for one of the country's largest organizations for kids, because this organization, formerly known as Boy Scouts of America, has changed its name. Thousands of girls have joined the organization over the past 5 years, and it's now going to be known as Scouting America. Atlanta News First, Madeline Montgomery is at the Scouting America Atlanta Council office, and she spoke with one of the scouts, a girl who is just thrilled with this change.
All set up, you guys.
Well, I've gone camping and fishing and nature hikes, and I played volleyball.
Lauren Harris has been a part of the Boy Scouts of America organization for a year. Why not join the Girl Scouts?
And I don't want to sell cookies, I just want to eat them.
So when you signed up, I was like, okay, this is like Boy Scouts. You don't want to do Girl Scouts. I looked, and there are no troops like within this area. I think the closest one is probably 20 minutes. So this was better for us family-wise.
The Boy Scouts opened to all genders officially in 2019.
In that 5 years, we have almost 180,000 women in scouting, and 6,000 are now Eagle Scouts, which is, of course, our highest rank here at Scouting America.
That inspired a rebrand from Boy Scouts of America to Scouting America.
What they wanted was an organization that welcomed everyone to the benefits of scouting. And that's exactly what this is. This is, our mission remains the same. The only thing changing is our name.
I think she's learned a lot of life skills that she could use for survival things, or just being a part of nature, and then getting along with everybody. So it's not just only getting along with females, you're learning how to get along with males and females.
Lauren is one of the scouts pleased with the rebrand.
I feel really happy because people won't have to say, well, you can't do Boy Scouts because you're a girl.
Madeline Montgomery, Atlanta News First.
Well, everyone can do it now. We have much more on atlantanewsfirst.com regarding all of these stories and much more, including your first alert forecasts. And we do have a first alert weather day in place for tomorrow, so you might want to check that. And you can sign up for our app if you want to download that. It's completely free, and then you can get alerts on all the top stories, breaking news, and weather sent right to your phone. Thanks for being with us. Have a great day.